Esav, he's the one who needs to get kicked out. And if we kill him, that itself will be a hechsher or a raya proof that his dreams were never going to happen anyway, and everything was that he is a charlatan, that he was a big fake. Okay? Us killing him will be that proof. Okay? Because if we're able to kill him, that means that Hashem obviously wanted him gone. If we're able to kill him, it's a proof that Hashem wanted him gone, and he's a big phony. Okay? Now Reuven came along and said, this is Reuven, came along and said, no, that's not a proof. If we kill him, that's not a proof that God wanted him dead. It could be that people can kill somebody else, even if Hashem doesn't want. It's no proof.
I remember all this.
It's no proof. It's no proof. Let's throw him in a pit.
Reuven actually said that, or that's just a...
Reuven said that, yes. Yeah, in the Medrash.
In the Medrash, 40. Take it easy.
Yeah, Reuven said it. Reuven said it. That was Reuven. Reuven said, let's not kill him. What's the point of killing him? Whatever. I don't know. However it goes. And so Reuven, I'm more in the Hachaim and the Zohar than I am in the Psukim, in the verses of the term. And so Reuven said, let's throw him with the snake and scorpions, because snakes and scorpions for sure can't do anything without Hashem's. Right? They don't have any bechira. They don't have any free will choice. And so if the snakes and scorpions kill him, then that is the raya. That's the proof that Yosef was a phony. Mm-hmm. But if we kill him, that's no proof. It could still be that we were able to kill him against what Hashem's wishes were.
Because of our own bechira.
Because of our own power of bechira.
Right. So keep going. This is good.
Now this seems to be a total stira, a total contradiction to the Chovos Halevovos. Which is that Hashem is totally in control, and that's it. Nobody can affect you one way or the other, for good or for bad, without his shtempel.
And no.
Okay.
I'm not going to relax.
I don't think there's a steer at all. I don't think there's a steer at all, and this is how I explain it. Okay? Basically, I don't know if it's the Hachaim, the Zohar, the other things that are brought there. There are different explanations why, or different rationales why people are given the ability to kill somebody or do something to somebody, so to speak, against Hashem's wishes. Okay, and one of them, the one that stuck out at me why was it a proof with snakes and scorpions, but not a proof with people? Because when people's enemies come upon them to kill them, a person gets so scared that their bitachon is more easily challenged and thrown out the window, and they feel that they are actually in the hands of their enemies, and that's what gives the enemies the ability to kill them. Okay.
The victim's fright does this?
The victim's fright is what is motzi them, what takes them out of divine protection.
Wow.
Okay? And this is exactly what the Chovos Halevovos says. The introduction to the Shar HaBitachon, which by the way...
In other words, I got so scared that I'm not with Hashem anymore. I'm just so panicked. That so Hashem says, "Oh, look at that guy. He's not with me anymore. Might as well let them take him out."
It's not exactly like that. It's not exactly like that. Say it like this. This is the introduction to Shar Bitachon in the fourth gate of Chovos Halevovos. He says, why is it so beneficial? Why is it so beneficial to have trust in God? Okay? The introduction, it's very interesting. The introduction of the Chovos Halevovos is very interesting. The whole introduction is basically telling you why it's in your best interest, why it's in your very best personal interest to have trust in Hashem. Okay? The whole introduction, why it's in your best interest. It's good for you. Good for you. Among its benefits, this is the first one. Among its benefits in religious life is tranquility of the soul and reliance of God may he be exalted, as the servant is bound to rely on his master. 4, if a person does not put his trust in God, he places his trust in what is other than God. And whoever trusts in what is other than God, God removes his providence from him and leaves him in the hands of whatever he trusted in. So when somebody is afraid of somebody, that means I think you have power over me. So when I think that when you have power over me, I put myself in I stop trusting God. God doesn't have power over me. This person has power over me. And that has a supernatural effect of putting myself into their hands. So, yes, that's what the Chovos Halevovos says. The Chovos Halevovos says when you don't trust in Hashem,
he walks.
Then
he walks.
What do you mean? Then he walks.
Hashem walks away.
Right.
Yeah, he walks. Hashem walks. Yeah, Hashem doesn't doesn't do whatever he wants to do with
This
you.
whole idea that we've heard, it's like you might not believe in God, but He believes in you, or you may not, you may not trust in God, but it doesn't make Him disappear, or etc. etc. So for those, what?
There's hashgacha pnimis and there's hashgacha chitzonis. Okay, there's the divine providence that's on the external level, and there's the divine providence on an internal level. The Rebbe Lubavitch Rebbe discusses this in one of the sichas, maybe more than one, but that there's hashgacha pnimis. There's always Hashem is running the show in a deeper sense. Okay, I don't think even the Rebbeinu the Or Hachaim is not going to say that that Hashem is not running everything at every single moment. But he runs the world through a system. There's a system that Hashem runs the world through. That is a system called Hanhagas HaYichud and Hanhagas HaMishpat. And when there's Hanhagas HaMishpat is that it's totally Hashem running it, but it's tit for tat. It's tit for tat. It's cause and effect. If you believe in something other than Hashem, you will be judged, and whatever will happen to you will be through that. You trust in the medicine, so the medicine will work or it won't work. It's up to the medicine. You trust in the pilot. You're sitting on the plane. And I think this is a very clear example. You're sitting on the plane, and you're sitting there very nice, you've been on the plane hundreds of times, and you're sitting on the plane very comfy, cozy. Why do you feel comfy, cozy? Because the plane has never crashed, it's great technology, the pilot's well-trained, all the maintenance staff are well-trained, everything's gavaldic, right? Does that guarantee the plane's going to make it there without crashing? No. But if I am sitting in the plane, and I am thinking Hashem is running the world. He has got this plane in the palm of his hand. Everything's going to be fine. He is running it. The pilot is garnished. The airline is garnished. The maintenance.
Whether it goes down or
not. Won't go down. It won't go down. It won't go down.
That's what he thinks.
No, that won't happen, because when your trust is in the Eibishter, when your trust is in your peace of mind, is because Ein Od Milvado, there is nothing else. There's nothing else that is a cause.
But things happen.
Only when you put your trust in those things. But when your trust is in the Ribbono Shel Olam,
so a great tzaddik has never died in a plane crash.
Yeah, it's according to them.
Not when they are focusing on the trust is that their good tranquility is coming from the Ribbono Shel Olam.
Not so question.
What about Rabbi Citron? He's not buying this, right?
If an Arab guy on Panam 103 put on a bomb on the plane, there were a lot of Frum people that died on Panam 103.
Frum people are not necessarily Baalei Bitachon. I'm sorry to. I don't want to speak Lashon Hara, but not every Frum person is a Baalei Bitachon.
So that Baalei Bitachon then would miss the plane?
Yes.
Then he would get caught in traffic. He wouldn't get on.
He would miss the plane. He would have to get off the
and
plane.
There's stories like that.
Stories like that all the time.
There were people.
Listen, there's stories even if not a Baalei Bitachon, even not such a big Baalei Bitachon gets off the plane, the tefillin, they get locked in the bathroom, whatever it is.
Yeah,
That's
story's
Hashem
like
does
that.
things.
Okay. So
But
he wouldn't
if
make
there's
the
a
plane.
bomb on the
He
plane,
wouldn't make the
and
plane.
I am sitting on the plane, and my heart is fully trusting and serene, because I know Hashem has got this plane, and I'm meditating that Hashem has got this plane, the pilot's garnished, the airline's
Then the
garnished, the
bomb
maintenance
won't go
crew,
off.
the bomb won't go off. Not at all. Not Hashem does not return somebody's heart
See,
that
what
is
if, like,
trusting
You know, so
empty.
there's 300 people on the plane. One guy is like really Mr. Bitachon.
Right.
Nobody else is into it.
Right,
You're going to
for
save
him.
the plane for that guy? Yes? I don't
So
know.
Sully,
Okay.
so Sully that landed the plane in the water because there was
There was a guy there who
that
was a big
wasn't supposed to
bomb.
die. So he
Okay,
landed
that
the
also
plane
is
and
not so
everybody-
good. That's also not so good. A crash, that's very traumatic. I wouldn't say that's so great that happened at all.
Right.
That the plane goes down at all is not such a gewaltig gazach.
Hey, but they all lived.
If you trust, okay, they all lived, but they all lived. It's a very
It's a story.
scary, very, very frightening
They're
thing.
luggage got all that.
Listen,
What?
so this is no contradiction, but the point is there's no contradiction. What Reuven was saying is that if we spook Yosef, and we come on him and ready to kill him, and we manage to kill him, that's no proof that Hashem wanted him dead. Because what? Because Yosef, people are very scary. People can be very scary. And so when the people are on you, it's very hard to say, okay, I'm totally in Hashem's hands right now. And that's why the providence, divine providence, would be removed from Yosef, and we would be able to kill him. That is completely stimming with the Chovos Halevovos.
Right. But the only reason why that Yosef lived in the pit was he wasn't scared of the snakes.
Exactly.
He was a tzaddik.
He was not scared of the snakes and
And he was a
scorpions,
tzaddik.
and when you're in with a like a lion and a lion's den, it's like Hashem. It's easier to hold cup with an animal than with a person. Okay, it's easier to hold cup with an animal than a person. That's what Reuven knew.
We're all going down.
If I'm in a thing with a lion, forget about it. I'm not thinking that.
Your best, but listen, this is why the Chovos Halevovos starts the entire introduction of Shar Bitachon with why do you have Bitachon? Why should you have Bitachon? Because it is the best for you. Because you can guarantee good things through Bitachon. If you know that it's completely up to Hashem and nothing else, when you're trusting in Hashem, nothing else can get in the way at all, and I am sure that this is good, then Hashem does not refuse that. Hashem does not refuse that. That's the entire introduction. That is the entire introduction of Chovos Halevovos. You want to tell me the Chazon Ish argues on it? Fine. Tell me the Chazon Ish argues on it. But I've got the Chovos Halevovos says it over and over and over again in several different ways. In the matter of few pages in the Chovos Halevovos, he says that when you trust in Hashem, you guarantee it. It's guaranteed. I guarantee it. And that's the radical proposition of bitachon. And when somebody doesn't have bitachon and they're trusting, everyone has bitachon. That's the chiddush of the Shar Bitachon. Everyone has bitachon. You can't get out of bed without bitachon. But on whom do you have bitachon? If you have bitachon on your health, on your body, on the medicine, on the weather, on the schedule, on the iPhone, on the toilet, on the plumbing, on the this, if that on your car, on the army, on the police, if that's what you have bitachon on, if that's why you're able to get up out of the morning, then you're subject to nature, the whims of nature. But if you are, when you wake up, you know that Hashem is running my life. He is totally in control of my life. Everything is running by Hashem. He is making everything work out. I have nothing to worry about. Hashem is completely in control. Then that is your reality. That is also your reality. And when Hashem is in control, then everything is really going to be good. Maybe you maybe you thought that getting that job was good and you didn't get the job. Okay, that's no big problem. That wasn't the right job for you. You didn't know for sure that job was the right job for you. Okay? But that maybe winning the lottery is not the right thing for you. Maybe that's not the right thing for you, and Hashem is saving you by not you were so convinced that you were supposed to win the lottery. I knew that it was Hashem that runs the lottery. Nothing else runs the lottery. So then Hashem runs the lottery, and I lost. Okay, so you don't know for sure ever that was the right thing. But when you're getting on a plane, when you could miss a plane that would keep you from your family, and you wouldn't be able to celebrate Rosh Hashanah with your family, and you'd be stuck in a different country for another week, and your wife is home with 10 children by yourself for Yantif, that is not good. So you can say, I know Hashem is running the airport, I know He's running the plane, I know He's running everything, and I will get on this plane. I know Hashem, you're going to work it out because this is the right thing. And He will not,
statistics.
He will not, what?
You have to believe in statistics.
No, the opposite. We all believe in statistics, and that's why sometimes that things screw up. Because statistics are statistics. Sometimes the plane goes down.
Yeah.
Sometimes the medicine doesn't work. So when we're believing in nature, nature takes its course. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But when we believe in Hashem, and we say that Hashem has all the power, and there's nothing else but Hashem, then there's a guarantee.
Soon after 9/11, I'm at the airport. We're supposed to. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere. My wife and I. She sees Muslims, passenger Muslims that are getting on board.
She's like, yeah, going on.
She says, "We're not going." I said, "Why not?" She says, "I don't like the looks of those passengers," and we didn't go. I don't remember the whole story, but that much I remember is that we didn't go.
And we all remember the big crash of September 25th. Nothing happened.
No, nothing happened.
Okay, so people get spooked. So people get spooked by people, and that's what Reuven was saying. Reuven was saying that if Yosef is very likely, it's very likely that that will spook Yosef out, and he will lose faith in Hashem. He will temporarily be thinking that he's in our hands, and by virtue of being in our hands, he is removing the divine providence from him, and we will be able to kill him. And therefore, it's no proof that Hashem is rejected him.
Do they know this Chovos Halevovos?
Of course. I mean, listen. One pshat you could say is who said Reuven was right. Maybe Reuven doesn't know what he's talking about. This whole Hachaim, this whole thing is based on Reuven being right. That this cheshbon of Reuven being right. Okay, so Reuven's not one of the avos. Reuven made mistakes in the Chumash very clearly. He made two fumbles in the Chumash himself, but this will take him. This will think he's totally on the mark. Fine. So if you want to take these totally on the mark, which I don't know why you have to do that, but okay. But if you have other rayas, other things that people their bala bechira can have influence even when Hashem doesn't want it that way, then it stims with the Chovos Halevovos, because the Chovos Halevovos is talking about when you have trust in Hashem, then everything is fine. When you don't have trust in Hashem, you have trust in something else, which is why we are how we are all, like 100% of the time basically, then we're subject to the ups and downs and statistics and whims of nature. And people can do whatever people have more power over us, even against Hashem's will. So I don't think that there is even a stira. Even if we want to take Reuven at face value, that it's true, it's not a stira at all to Chovos Halevovos. Chovos Halevovos is maskim. That's what he says in the very beginning, is that you either have trust in Hashem or you have trust in something else. If you trust in Hashem, it's guaranteed. If you have trust in something else, so you're in subject to the something else. Finished. Period. End of story.
So we're all going down.
No. So when the brothers pulled out Yosef and he wasn't dead, they must have had some thought. Oh my God, maybe Reuven was right. Maybe,
But the question is once.
Well, dead.
First of all, it's not clear who pulled him out of the pit. There's also some. I don't know. Did the brothers pull him out of the pit? But if they pulled him out of the pit and he was still alive, why'd they sell him then? They should have.
Exactly.
They should have crowned him king.
Right. No, that's the question.
Yeah. But it's these brothers that we're trying to get this raya from. Okay. Right.
Where does Rabbi Sitchin sit in this?